In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to resize column width and row height. The default size height of the rows or width of the column might not be the size you want. However, as you probably already know, you can resize the rows and columns, and there are several ways to perform these actions. Select the rows or columns you want to resize, right-click, and from the shortcut menu select either row height or column width, depending on if you're resizing rows or columns. A dialog box will appear where you can edit the row height or the column width. In the dialog box, enter the size you prefer and click OK. Another way to resize row height or column width is to select your range of rows or columns, then click on the Format command and the ribbon, and from the drop-down menu select either row height or column width. A dialog box will appear. Enter the size you want your rows or columns to be and click OK. Using Auto Fit for row height and column width. To make your worksheet viewable in a consolidated manner, you might want to use the Auto Fit feature so that the cells are only as wide or tall as necessary. This is also a useful feature when you have data that contains a larger number of characters than what fit into the default size of the column or rows. There are multiple ways to perform these actions. Hold your cursor directly over the right line of the column you want to resize and double-click. By doing this, Excel has automatically detected the necessary width to fit the data entered into the cell. This also works for multiple columns and rows at a time. You'd simply select the range of columns you wanted to resize and then right-click while holding your cursor over the right line on the very last column or row in the range. You can also select a column or a range of columns, click on the Format button in the ribbon, and from the drop-down menu select Auto Fit Column Width. Note, if you see a series of hash symbols, then this means there's a numeric value in the cell and the width of the column is not wide enough to fit the value.